All right. Thank you guys for joining me again. Today we're going to be talking all about how to never run out of client getting content using AI. More specifically, everybody, we're going to be using ChatGPT and we're going to use the GPT-4 model under the GPT Plus option, right? So if you coaches out there have struggled with running out of client getting content ideas, since content is such a big deal, you are going to love today. So I am pumped to share with you guys some of the crazy stuff that I've been learning in the AI world now that I've gone headfirst into this AI revolution that we got going on, guys. So I'm excited to share with everybody. All right, so if you guys are jumping on with me live, give me a hashtag live. If you folks are jumping on with me after the fact, give me a hashtag replay. Let me know if you folks can hear me loud and clear. I do not want you guys to miss today's call and all the good, juicy deets that are going to be dropping. So let me know if you guys can hear me in the comments. Give me a like, give me a heart, get that algorithm humming, and we'll get on with the show. All right, everybody, let's talk about how we can use some of the crazy AI stuff that's going on in the world to help us as coaches produce client getting content and never really have this problem of getting stuck, not knowing what to do, and just never really running out of ideas. Right. And I wanted to show you guys one very specific technique that I saw from some other coaches, and I just wanted to share it with you because I thought it was very powerful. And the this would be where you're just thinking about, all right, what do I need to do today? Especially if you're on multiple platforms. Let's say you're on Facebook, you're on Instagram, you need new ideas. You're running out of things to do, or you feel the pressure of producing new content all the time. This is a great prompt for you to get the ball rolling, to get the juices in your mind flowing. And I think you're going to love it. All right. So I'm going to share my screen, everybody. I want to make sure you guys can see it. All right, so this prompt is something that I covered for our brand new AI for Coaches membership, but I just want to share it with you guys in the free group and on the profile and all you good peeps out there in the world. So, and before we get started, I learned this prompt in particular from the clients and community guys. I was once part of this coaching program. Great guys. So I just wanted to credit Jaden Easton for the source of this. And on to the actual prompt, everybody. All right. I want to make sure you guys can see it. Let me know in the comments if you guys struggle to see this. I will try to enlarge this here, everybody. All right, got this talk to ChatGPT thing blocking our way. Let me see if I can move it. Oops. All right. All right, everybody, here we go. So this would be a prompt if you folks are using ChatGPT. Really quick, before I guess, let me set the stage, everybody. So in order to use this technique, you're going to need to sign up for ChatGPT. And I would highly recommend you coaches out there investing in the paid version of this. It costs $20 a month. It gives you something called ChatGPT Plus, and it gives you access to more powerful models, right? Models being the AI systems that power all this stuff, right? So once you sign up for ChatGPT, you can come over here and you can select which model you want to use. In this case, we're going to be using GPT-4. And we're going to give it this very long prompt. Basically, we're going to tell it we want something in particular, and it's going to give us a beautiful table with all kinds of content ideas. And it's going to do this in a minute or two, right? So the prompt, let me just kind of walk you guys through how this prompt works. But the prompt basically, we're going to say, we're going to assign a role. So ChatGPT is really good at playing different roles, right? good at playing different roles and personas. So we can tell it, hey, ChatGPT, we want you to play a content creator or a business coach or a counselor or something like this. And it will take on this role and it will excel in this area, right? So we're basically, without getting into the weeds here, everybody, I'm going to tell it that it's going to be a content creator and it's going to be a content creator for a relationship coach. Let me see. For a relationship coach, helping shy women go on awesome first dates in 90 days or less, right? So these ideas that I'm about to show you folks is for a relationship coach that's helping other women go on first dates, right? To have great first dates. And we're looking for some ideas for our content, right? So basically, we're doing something called priming, everybody. We're basically setting the stage. You're going to get better results when you do this. And then the other thing that you folks can do to get really good results using ChatGPT is be very specific in what you want. In this case, we're going to ask it, please create a table with the following rows: mistakes, myths, objections, belief shift, tips, hacks, lead magnet, live stream, polls, questions to compel people to answer. Basically, you can put anything you folks want, and it's going to give you ideas that you can use to generate content with, right? So we have our categories here, everybody. Then in addition to the categories, we're going to give it some columns, right? And as coaches, the way I kind of think about it is all of us coaches will do one of three different things typically as we're running a coaching business, right? We'll be either looking for new clients, so doing marketing or sales. We will either be servicing existing clients, so client fulfillment. Here we go. Or we will be developing our programs, our curriculum, basically the process by which we help other people, right? So this is program development, curriculum development, however you want to say that. So typically us coaches are working on one of those three things. And so I'm going to say, like right here, guys, let's go down here. You can kind of see this. So on one side, we're going to have the different categories: mistakes, myths, objections. And then over here, we're going to have the different columns, right? So sales and marketing, kind of like I just mentioned, client fulfillment, program development, right? And ChatGPT is just going to create this beautiful table and give us ideas that can fulfill these requirements, right? So basically, I'm saying, you're going to be a content creator. Please create this table. Very specific, right? And then it's just going to go through here, guys. And then it's going to just list down things it believes could be good ideas for you, right? So in the mistake category in sales and marketing, it might say why overthinking kills your dating success, right? The perils of playing it too safe on a first date, falling for the wrong person, how to break the pattern, right? So these are mistakes that shy women might have that can give you good suggestions, right? Or down here, right? Myths, right? Debunking the love at first sight myth, right? Do opposites really attract? Challenging common beliefs, right? So this is awesome, right? So it's basically giving me ideas in these different categories as a coach, right? So if I'm looking for myths in the sales and marketing category, it's going to give them right here. These three right here, everybody. These three right here. If I'm looking for client fulfillment, right here. Anyways, you just go down the way here, everybody. So here's objections, right? Overcoming the I'm not ready or I'm not ready to date objection, tackling the I don't know what to say concern, right? So these are just objections, a bunch of different objections. Belief shifts, these are beliefs that need to be shifted in order for this particular coach. So in this example, this relationship coach trying to help women find their first dates, these are beliefs that it needs to overcome, right? Right in this category, right? Here's tips, right? Tips, hacks, Lead magnets. If you guys are looking for lead magnet ideas, this is from the point of view, once again, from a female relationship coach helping women find first dates. It's going to give you some great ideas right here, right? So 10 first date ideas for shy women, free guide, 5 simple ways to boost your dating confidence, video series, overcoming dating anxiety, a free 3-day email course. Anyways, I think you folks get you coaches out there get the idea, but the basic idea is going to create this beautiful table using this type of prompt, and you can just draw upon this for fresh new ideas, right? And so if you just set this up correctly in the prompt up here, kind of like we were talking about a minute ago, you are always going to have content ideas. What you can do here, coaches, is basically rotate through these things, right? So one day I'm going to focus on mistakes. The next day I'm going to focus on objections. Or this week I'm going to focus on myths. This week I'm going to focus on objections, this kind of thing, right? So very cool. And you can really tell it what you want, right? So in this case, I said, please provide at least 3 specific ideas, right? This could be, give me 5 ideas, give me 10 ideas. ChatGPT will not get tired, right? That's the beauty of these AI systems, is they are essentially always on call, always available to help. Anyways, so just using this one prompt with ChatGPT will get the juices flowing and will always give you content ideas. All right, coaches? All right. Another very cool thing you can do, I wanted to share this with you guys, is I will probably do a talk on this at some point, but recently OpenAI um, opened up something called plugins to all the ChatGPT Plus subscribers. Basically, this is almost, you could think of this kind of like an app store for ChatGPT as an AI, right? So what you do is you have all these different apps, and you basically say install, and then once you've installed the plugin, ChatGPT can access this stuff, right? So let me give you a quick example, right? Expedia. So if you're looking to book a flight or get flight information, you can install this Expedia plugin. It basically gives access to Expedia data. So ChatGPT will get Expedia data information, and then it can look up flights, prices, this kind of thing. Another example of this would be, let me show you guys. Open table, right? So if you folks are looking to make a reservation, you install the Open Table plugin, and ChatGPT will look for your local restaurants that use Open Table, and it basically can prep everything. It won't make the final reservation, but it will give you a link to just click to reserve, right? Very powerful, right? So I just wanted you coaches to be aware of this. This is something that just happened for all the kind of normal people. This plugin store is in beta right now. But what you can do is, for example, you can take this list and you can use a plugin like, let me show you, something like Zapier. If you coaches don't know what Zapier is, Zapier basically connects a bunch of apps together. It's like a connector app. What you can do is you connect ChatGPT with, let's say, Google Docs or Google Sheet. And you could say, please take all this information in ChatGPT and dump it into a Google Doc, right? Very powerful, very cool. So I just wanted to share this with you coaches. I want to mention big events, big things going on in the industry. And as we're talking about fast moving things, everybody, literally today, Microsoft is announcing a bunch of new features. And literally just hours ago, they announced that their Bing chatbot is basically coming to Windows. So they're going to build AI into Windows. So if you coaches are using Windows, sooner or later, um, these powerful AI systems are going to be coming into Windows itself, and you're going to be able to have conversations natively with like a chat GPT style interface inside of Windows, and you can ask it to do things, related to Windows. So pretty crazy stuff, everybody. All right, coaches. Today we kind of were all over the place, but I really wanted to share with you this technique, this method of generating all kinds of content ideas to the point where basically you will always have ideas. You just need it to generate a new batch for you. Take a look and go from there, right? You can change the specifics of the prompt around. And pro tip, everybody, the more specific you are, the better the request, the better the result, right? And the way I typically would think about this, and I like to think about these AI systems at the moment, uh, it is good to think of them kind of like a very smart team member or a very smart assistant, where they will give you a first draft, if you will, or they will get you, let's say, 50 to 70% of the way there. And then you take this first draft and you work with it before you actually put it out into the world, right? So rarely will the AI system, at least today, produce the kind of quality that is good just to copy and paste and put it out into the real world, but it'll get you halfway there, for example. All right, everybody. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Let me know if you like this type of style where we're talking about how to practically apply some of this technology to your business, talking about some of the big news items of the day. And I will see you in the group, on the personal profiles, or in Messenger. All right, everybody. Thank you guys for hanging out, and I will see you next week. Bye for now.